At 94 years old, Barbara Eden has reached a rare and remarkable stage of life, one where time has softened the noise of rumor and replaced it with clarity, wisdom, and truth. Best known as the eternally enchanting genie from A Dream of Jeannie, Eden has lived through Hollywood's golden age, witnessing legends rise, fall, and fade into history. Now, with decades of experience behind her, she has begun sharing stories she once kept private, not for attention, but for honesty. Among those stories is her recollection of Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. For years, fans speculated about their relationship, imagining romance or hidden drama. At last, Eden has chosen to speak plainly, offering not gossip but compassion, revealing the man she met behind the myth, and honoring him not as a legend, but as a human being. A childhood shaped by hardship and hope. Barbara Eden was born Barbara Jean Moorhead on August 23, 1931, in Tucson, Arizona, during the depths of the Great Depression. Her early years were defined by financial hardship and emotional transition. After her parents divorced, Barbara moved with her mother to San Francisco, where she spent most of her childhood. Life was far from glamorous, but it was formative. Shy and reserved, young Barbara struggled to find her confidence. Music became her refuge. She began singing as a teenager, performing in local bands, and discovering that her voice could carry her beyond fear. This passion led her to study theater at San Francisco City College and take vocal training at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. These early experiences laid the foundation for a lifelong love of performance and self-expression, planting the seeds for a career she could not yet imagine. From beauty pageants to Hollywood doors, Barbara Eden's first real step toward stardom came through beauty pageants, where her striking looks and warm charisma quickly drew attention. Winning local titles opened unexpected doors, modeling work, television commercials, and eventually Hollywood auditions. It was during this time that she adopted the stage name Eden, a symbolic choice reflecting renewal, optimism, and possibility. By the mid-1950s, she was landing guest roles on popular television series such as I Love Lucy, Gunsmoke, and Perry Mason. She also began appearing in films, slowly building a reputation as a capable and versatile actress. These early roles were not glamorous, but they were essential. Each audition, each appearance, moved her closer to a defining moment, one that would forever link her image to television history. Early film roles and meeting Elvis Presley. Among Barbara Eden's early film roles was Flaming Star, 1960, where she appeared opposite Elvis Presley. At the time, Elvis was already a global phenomenon, adored by millions and surrounded by non-stop attention. Eden, still building her career, found herself sharing space with a man whose fame felt almost unreal. Years later, she would recall being struck not by arrogance or bravado, but by his gentleness. He was very polite and very quiet, she remembered, not at all what people expected. Beneath the superstar image, Eden saw a shy Southern boy who listened more than he spoke. Their interactions were respectful and brief, shaped by professionalism rather than intimacy. While fans later imagined romance, Eden insists their relationship never crossed that line. What stayed with her instead was a sense of his loneliness, an icon surrounded by people, yet often emotionally alone. Becoming Jeannie and television immortality. Barbara Eden's life changed forever in 1965 when she was cast as Jeannie in I Dream of Jeannie. Playing a 2,000-year-old Jeannie hopelessly devoted to astronaut Major Anthony Nelson, Eden brought sparkle, humor, and warmth to the role. The show became an instant success, running for 5 seasons and making her a household name. Jeannie was unlike other sitcom characters of the era, magical yet assertive, playful yet emotionally rich. Her pink harem costume became one of the most iconic outfits in television history, symbolizing both whimsy and charm. Decades later, Jeannie remains instantly recognizable, a testament to Eden's enduring impact. Yet fame came with challenges. Being so closely associated with one character made it difficult to escape typecasting, a struggle Eden faced with grace and gratitude. Life beyond Jeannie and reinvention. After I Dream of Jeannie ended, Barbara Eden refused to fade into nostalgia. She continued working steadily in television, film, and theater, proving her adaptability. She starred in TV movies like Harper Valley, PTA, 1978, which later became a successful television series. Eden also embraced stage work, performing in musicals and plays across the country, allowing her vocal talents to shine. Writing became another outlet. In 2011, she published her autobiography, Genie Out of the Bottle, offering fans an intimate look at her life beyond the camera. The memoir became a bestseller, praised for its honesty and emotional depth. Through reinvention and persistence, Eden demonstrated that her career was not defined by one role, but by resilience and passion. Love, marriage, and personal loss. Barbara Eden's personal life was filled with both joy and heartbreak. She married actor Michael Ansara in 1958, and together they welcomed a son, Matthew, in 1965. Though their marriage ended in divorce in 1974, they remained connected as parents. Eden married twice more, first to newspaper executive Charles Donald Fagert, and later to architect John Eichholz, whom she married in 1991. Her marriage to Eichholz has been a source of lasting stability and companionship. The greatest tragedy of her life came in 2001, when her son Matthew died at age 35 after struggling with substance abuse. Eden has spoken openly about the devastation, describing a grief that never fully leaves. Yet through faith, love, and time, she found strength to move forward, honoring his memory with quiet dignity. A memoir of truth and survival. Genie Out of the Bottle is more than a Hollywood memoir. It is a story of survival. Eden writes candidly about her childhood struggles, her marriages, her grief, and the emotional toll of fame. She reflects on the golden age of television, the friendships she formed, and the pressures of being eternally remembered as Genie. She speaks warmly of co-star Larry Hagman and the bond they shared, both on and off screen. The book reveals a woman who embraced success while enduring private pain. Eden does not present herself as flawless, but as human, strong, vulnerable, and resilient. Her honesty has resonated with readers who see in her story a reflection of their own struggles and triumphs. Telling the truth about Elvis Presley. At 94, Barbara Eden has finally addressed the long-standing curiosity surrounding her connection to Elvis Presley. "People always assumed there was something more," she said gently, "but the truth is, there wasn't." She describes Elvis as charming and magnetic, yet deeply shy in private moments. "He listened," she recalled. "He wanted a normal conversation." Eden sensed that fame weighed heavily on him, isolating him even as it elevated him. When asked about romance, she laughed softly. No, there was never a romance. What she felt instead was compassion. She admired him and mourned him deeply when he died at just 42. "Fame can be cruel," she reflected. "It gives you everything and takes everything away." For Eden, speaking about Elvis now is about honoring the man, not the myth. A life centered on gratitude and peace. In recent years, Eden has spoken about finding joy in simplicity. After recovering from COVID-19 with her husband in 2021, she shared that her life is now centered on family, home, friendship, and gratitude. Celebrating her 92nd birthday, she remarked, "My life is very centered around my husband, my house, my dog, and my friends." It is a quiet, fulfilling life, one earned through decades of perseverance. Time has given her peace, and perspective has given her clarity. She no longer feels the need to protect illusions or avoid truth. What matters now is authenticity. Outro. Honoring the human behind the legend. At 94, Barbara Eden's reflections are not about scandal, but about humanity. By finally telling the truth about Elvis Presley, she offers a rare gift: compassion without spectacle. She reminds us that behind every legend is a person shaped by vulnerability, longing, and hope. Her story, like his, is one of resilience, love, and survival. As Eden looks back on her extraordinary life, she does so with grace, honesty, and gratitude, leaving behind not just memories of magic, but a legacy of truth.